Hello chatbox out there. Today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. On my Monday I got up after a nice line and I had a cup of tea and some toast, had a shower, got changed and was just watching some TikTok, listening to some music, doing some drawing and colouring in on the colouring on my phone. My dad had work, so did my younger brother and my older brother and sister. Younger sister's at uni, and me and my mum were just watching a bit of Golden Girls and Murder She Wrote. I went onto my Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I was just checking up on my friends, seeing how they're doing, and just listening to a bit of music. And then for my lunch I had some sandwiches and a cup of tea, and then I went off for a massive walk and I got some nature snacks, and it was quite nice weather, which was good. Luckily I didn't get caught in the rain, as I think it was supposed to rain, but luckily it missed where I am, and I had a really good walk. It was good to get out, stretch my legs, and I am going to be showing you guys the photos that I got now. The photos turned out really well and I managed to get about 10 photos. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that many because it's coming to like winter time now, so most of the flowers are dying, but I managed to get a good amount of photos, which is really good. I then went off to the high street to my friend who I play touch rugby with, coffee place, which is so good. They do such good hot chocolates there, and I had my usual orange hot chocolate. It's so good. And then I went and sat on a bench and enjoyed that. Then I went off to the shop at the high street to get some bits of bobs and ended up getting some chicken Caesar wraps, and then was making my way back and I saw one of the ladies who used to play rugby with my older sister, so I had a nice chat with her, and then managed to bump into my best mate who was just getting money from the cash machine to go off to Tesco's. So I had a nice catch up with him, and we're going to be trying to meet up for a catch up soon. And then I made my way back home, and my older brother was back from being at work, so was my younger brother, and my older brother made me jump, which really peaked me off, so I was not impressed with that's brothers for you. Always wind you up, always poke you, fun you, siblings, eh? And then I watched the Aussie soaps, wrote my journal, had a bit of rice pudding, did a bit of drawing, and then for tea we had cheese onion pasties, and they are so good, all the way from Cornwall, good old Cornish pasties. I then watched the UK soaps and listened to a bit of My Boober's Christmas, did a bit of drawing and colouring in, and then I was watching a bit of Doctor Who and some stuff from Court, and then I watched I'm a Celebrity. Loving I'm a Celebrity this year. I'm loving how much the campmates are getting on. There's no campmates that are really annoying, that you don't like, that you want to do all the trials. So far so good. I'm looking forward to the drama to start though, because I love a bit of drama and it always makes it a little bit more exciting when the arguments start, when they get a bit tested and get a bit hungry. And yeah, it's going really well, and against such legends, and I'm really enjoying having it at the castle this year in Wales. And then I finished watching that, mess on TikTok a bit, watched a bit of Netflix, listened to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing, posted some drawings on Instagram, and just chatted to some of my mates on my social medias. And then I went off to bed, and then on my Tuesday I was woken up rudely by the doorbell going off, not once but twice on 2 different occasions, where deliveries were coming, because of course now it's getting to Christmas, all my siblings are now ordering stuff for presents and stuff, which is exciting but also very annoying because I wanted to sleep, so I had to come down, and they didn't ring the doorbell once, not twice, but 3 bloody times, and I was like, I'm coming. So I had to get down the stairs, open the door, stop the dog from running out. He's harmless, he wouldn't have flies. I say that, but he likes to eat flies. But anyway, so of course I had to stop him from running out. All he wanted the guy to do was to play with him and throw with the tennis ball, but there was no time for that. So I was like, hurry, back. So I had to put the little fold-up table in the doorway to stop him from going out, get the parcels, put them down, went back upstairs after locking up again, Went back to bed, and then the doorbell goes again, and it's another delivery, so I have to go and do the whole thing again. So then I went back to bed, and I hadn't got much sleep anyway, so I didn't get up till like 2 in the afternoon, which is really bad, but I was just so tired, and I had set my alarm. Of course I slept through it, but I'm furloughed, not doing much anyway, so might as well sleep the day away. And yeah, I felt much better for it anyway, because I had a little bit of headache as well. And then I got up, got changed, I got showered and changed, and headed downstairs. I had some Nutella taste and a cup of milk. So of course I went off to the bathroom, and I had it on the side. Go back, and my cat Purdy has now learned to jump onto the side of the counter in the kitchen. So of course she was having a good time eating my toast, so I was not impressed, so I had to chuck that away and had to do it all over again. So I don't have my toast and my cup of warm milk. Then went back upstairs, and I was watching the Aussie soaps Only Neighbours on at the moment. Loving Neighbours at the moment, it's so good. And then I did a new TikTok, worked a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, and my dad was sorting stuff around the house, and he saw me and was like, "Oh, you're alive then?" Typical dad joke. And I was having a nice catch up with mum and dad, just chatting with them, and the infection rate where I am is going down, which is good, and we're finding out what tiers we're in on Thursday. And yeah, I was a little bit anxious, but we're thinking, they said on the news and said all online that we are probably going to be going into tier 2, which is good, as long as we're not on tier 3. And my boss was like, messaged the work group chat about it and said we're most likely going to be staying shut for now, but I think he's saying that just so we don't get our hopes up. But it's looking quite promising. Just got to keep everything crossed. I'm just missing work so much, getting so agitated, just going on lots of walks, trying to keep myself busy, because I just cannot wait to be getting back to work. I know that when it does come time to getting back to work, I'm going to be super anxious, because of course being off work for almost a month does knock your confidence a bit. But I'm sure once I get back into it, it's like riding a horse, I will be fine. And I then was just listening to a bit of music, doing some new illustrations, really loving my sketchbook. It's got me so much more motivated in my illustrations, and I love these Japanese dolls called pull-up dolls, which are just so beautiful. Pull-up dolls have really big eyes, lovely eyelashes, lovely big hair. They're just beautiful. If you don't know what I'm on about, go check them out. They are my inspiration for my dolls, those and Bratz and Barbie dolls. So yeah, the fact that one time at college when I was in the library doing some illustrations, this girl came over and saw it and said, "These look quite like Bratz dolls," which was very, very lovely and a big compliment. And I then, for tea, had pizza, good old cheese pizza. Can't go on a bit of a basic cheese pizza. I then watched the UK soaps and a bit of I'm a Celeb. Loving I'm a Celeb at the moment, it's so good, keeping us sane through these lockdown days. And I cannot believe lockdown is over next week, depending on what tier we're in, but I am feeling quite confident that we'll be in tier 2, because we've had another drop in cases, so it's looking good, fingers crossed, all going well. And my older sister popped in to get her parcels, wearing a mask of course, being very cautious and following all the rules and guidelines. And yeah, we've all been doing really well to keep in with the rules, and yeah, it's going well. And yeah, she stayed a good distance away in the hallway, and then got our parcels and headed off. And then I had a mince pie that we got from the bakery, and it was so good. It's like a pastry as well, so it's like crusty, and it was just and I had that and watched the I'm a Celebrity episode from last night that I forgot to watch, and like had to catch up on that because I thought I'd fallen asleep. And then I watched the Bake Off final, and spoiler alert, Peter won. I think he's the youngest to win and also the first Scottishman to win, which is awesome. He did really well. And this year, normally there's like one main person that I wanted to win, but this year I loved them all and they were all worthy winners and they all did amazing, so I'm really proud of all of them. And yeah, it was such a great final. I then was just messing around on TikTok, did a few TikToks, drafted a few TikToks, so don't count out likes, watches, following, and anything like that. And for some reason at the moment on Twitter, because I had a bit of a mass unfollowing, it thinks I'm a bot, so it stopped me from retweeting so many things, so I have to wait and then retweet one thing and then wait a few of minutes and then retweet another thing, so I can't just do like lots of retweets at the same time, which I normally do. So it's a bit annoying. I think it will last a week or so, but I'm just using my backup account at the moment, so that's good. And yeah, I don't know why I keep on doing lots of thumbs up, but yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling super duper happy at the moment. Life is going well. And yeah, I then listened to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing and a bit of colouring in. Nothing to colouring up on my phone, which is super therapeutic. I'm always going on about it, but it's just so good and keeps me sane, really. I mean, as sane as I can be, to be honest. And then I was just playing with my Wibbly doll and doing a bit of arts and crafts, a bit of festiveness to try and get me a bit more festive. And then went off to bed and got up this morning, tied up my office up because it was a literal bomb site, and I then had a shower, got changed, head downstairs and had a cup of tea, and I was feeling super grouchy this morning, so having that cup of tea definitely helped cheer me up. I then got myself ready to go off to meet my mate for a catch up. My brothers, dad and older sister were at work, and younger sister is up at uni, and I went on my mate and then we went for a walk. It was spitting a bit, but first thing this morning when I got up, it was literally torrential rain. I was like, hell no, this is going to be awful. But it was actually really good, and we had a really good catch up, chatting about anything and everything. He's just such a great guy, such a lovely chap. We then went off to the hot chocolate place, which they just do such good hot chocolates, and I had another orange hot chocolate and he had the same, and they were just so good, and I'm going to be showing you guys a photo of that now. They're just beautiful hot chocolates, they're just so amazing, love it. And we then carried on with our walk, bumped into someone that plays rugby with my older brother, so I had a nice catch up with him, and I carried on walking with my mate, and he turned to me and was like, "You're alright, you do know everybody," because I've lived in the town where we live in quite a long time now, so quite a lot of people either know me, my dad or my siblings, because there's quite a lot of us. So yeah, there's not a day that goes by that I don't see someone I know, if it's at work or just out and about, and yeah, it's just like a celebrity. But yeah, it's lovely because if I feel a bit down or anything, or feeling a bit anxious, there's always somebody that I'll see and they'll be talk to me and stuff, and yeah, and they'll just be like, "How are you doing? Are you alright?" And yeah, it's just lovely. Living in a small town, it's quite good, and everyone knows everyone, to be honest. And yeah, it was a really good catch up with my mate. He then went off home, and I made my way off to my grandpa's house where I am at the moment. And my dad was on the way back from work, picked my mum up who had a doctor's appointment, and then they came here with my younger brother, and my dad and younger brother are just sorting out the new shed in the back garden, and me and my mum and my grandparents were just having a nice catch up. I had a bit of carrot cake and a cup of tea, and we were just listening to the radio, and I had the Children Need BBC Two song, and yeah, it's such a lovely cover, a bit of Cher and Kylie and Robbie Williams, such a great lot of stars singing Oasis, love a bit of Oasis. And yeah, it's been lovely having a catch up with my grandparents. We're in the social bubble, so it's fine, and they lived with us for 2.5 months while they were waiting to move into the new house. Had a little nose round up around here, and it's looking lovely, and yeah, it's coming together nicely. And I am now going to be showing you guys a bit of the carrot cake that I had, which was delicious. It was so good, and I just love carrot cake so much. And my older brother came back from being over here on Monday. He came over to drop some food over to them after being at work, and he came back and was like, "Oh, I was like, you should have gone in and seen them on Monday, because we had a bit of carrot cake, which was my favourite cake." And I was on my walk on Monday evening, and I was about to head down here, but I thought due to lockdown and stuff we weren't allowed, but apparently you are, because of being in the bubble and we're also their carers. So I'm able to come over. My grandparents were like, "You're able to come over anytime you want, so we've missed you." And yeah, like, it's so lovely, and it's definitely been so lovely now that they are now living here and not in Portishead where they used to be living, especially since my grandpa wasn't very well because he had COVID, and he had the COVID on the brain, which made them go a bit confused, and so he had to be in hospital for a few days. But he's now feeling a lot better. But him and my mum both have long affected COVID, so it's it takes a lot longer for them to get over it. It's it's a heavy headache, blocked ears, bit of a cough, bit of blocked nose, runny nose and stuff, and yeah, it's not very nice. And my mum unfortunately has good days and bad days. She's not feeling too good at the moment, but as long as it's not on her chest, because she has problems in her chest, that's fine. She's still breathing, still doing well, fighting on, bless her. She doesn't do things by halves. She's the type of person that she'll have an illness that all of us will have had, but she gets it 10 times worse. Same with my younger brother, I think he gets it from my mum, but so far she's alright, and I'm such a worrier, so every time I see her coughing on, I'm like, you alright? And she's like, I'm fine, stop asking me that. But I just can't help it. I've always been a worrier. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always worried. That's why I always write in my journals, because if I'm ever feeling anxious or worried or stressed or angry, I write in my journal. Especially if I'm angry, my mum will be like, oh, you're angry writing again, aren't you? Because I'll be there writing it 500 miles per minute. And yeah, writing very quickly. And I then had a sandwich and a cup of tea at my grandparents' house, and we're just sorting out stuff around the house. My dad's doing a bit of DIY around the house, and yeah, it's been such a lovely day, seeing my mates going off hot chocolates, having a nice stroll, even if we did get a little bit wet from the drizzle. But yeah, it's good, only a little bit of rain, and it was actually quite refreshing. And now being here at my grandparents' house, and I think my cousins from Ireland are going to be FaceTiming us in a little bit, which should be good. And yeah, I'm now off to go finish off helping sort out stuff around the house, and I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. All have a lovely rest of your Wednesday and a lovely rest of your week, and I shall see you in the new vlog coming very soon. Bye.